There comes a moment in every legend's life when the applause fades, the cameras linger a little longer, and the world realizes it may be witnessing the end of an era. For Harrison Ford, that moment arrived during the farewell to Indiana Jones. Standing before reporters and fans after decades of carrying some of cinema's most iconic roles, the man who once seemed indestructible suddenly looked deeply human. His voice cracked. His eyes filled with emotion. And for a brief second, the fearless hero disappeared, leaving only Harrison Ford himself. But the real story of Harrison Ford was never just about Han Solo or Indiana Jones. It was about survival. Born in Chicago in 1942, Ford grew up in a quiet household where dreams were rarely discussed. He wasn't the popular kid at school, nor the student teachers remembered. By his own admission, he felt invisible for much of his early life. Acting entered his world almost by accident during college, but once he discovered it, something changed inside him. In 1964, he moved to Los Angeles with his wife and very little money, believing Hollywood might have room for him. Hollywood disagreed. Audition after audition ended in rejection. Studios told him he lacked star quality. Some even said his face simply wasn't memorable enough. So Harrison Ford picked up a hammer. To support his growing family, he became a self-taught carpenter, building cabinets and renovating homes while quietly continuing to chase acting jobs. Most people would have given up. Ford didn't. He kept showing up. Then came the moment that changed everything. While working as a carpenter near a casting office, Ford was asked to read for a small film called American Graffiti Star. Director George Lucas noticed him. A few years later, Lucas cast him as Han Solo in Star Wars Star. Overnight, the struggling carpenter became one of the biggest movie stars in the world. But fame came with a cost. Behind the success were broken marriages, depression, injuries, and years of emotional exhaustion. Ford pushed his body through dangerous stunts, suffered major accidents, and even survived a near-fatal plane crash at age 72. Yet each time life knocked him down, he returned stronger. What makes Harrison Ford's story powerful isn't just the fame. It's the persistence. The refusal to disappear when the world doubted him. The courage to keep rebuilding, even after failure, heartbreak, and pain. Now in his 80s, Ford lives a quieter life focused on family, health, and peace rather than Hollywood glory. And maybe that's the greatest lesson his journey offers. Real heroism isn't about becoming a myth. It's about staying true to yourself through every chapter of life. If this story meant something to you, subscribe to Silver Screen Legends for more untold stories behind Hollywood's greatest icons. And tell us in the comments, what's the biggest lesson you learned from Harrison Ford's journey?